Hello, good day to you. Thank you for joining the channel. This is another video on the 2025 NECO Literature-in-English past questions and answers. We are focusing basically on the general knowledge aspect. That is the aspect that deals with literary appreciation. In the previous video, we stopped at number 15, and in this video, we continue from number 16. The question in number 16 says, pick out the odd item. Pick out the odd item. A. Apostrophe. B. Aside. C. Mime. D. Monologue. E. Soliloquy. Looking at all the options we have here, all the options except option A are elements that can be found in drama. Option A, apostrophe, is a figure of speech, and that is the odd item. Option A, apostrophe. 17. The most striking feature of drama is. The most striking feature of drama is A. Action. B. Character. C. Diction. D. Plot. E. Setting. Although all of the options provided are features of drama, but then one of them is the most outstanding, and that is action. Option A, action, is the most outstanding and the most striking of all of them. Even the word drama means to act, and that is option A, action. Number 18, a play that evokes pity and ends sadly is. A play that evokes pity and ends sadly is A, comedy, B, farce, C, melodrama, D, tragedy, E, tragicomedy. The correct option is option D, tragedy. Tragedy evokes pity, evokes tears, and ends sadly. Option E, tragicomedy, does not end sadly. It begins sadly but ends happily. But tragedy ends sadly. Option D. To number 19, Mary dances like flamingos is an example of. Mary dances like flamingos is an example of A. Anaphora, B. Metaphor, C. Metonymy, D. Personification, E. Simile. It is common knowledge that the comparison of two different entities with the use of like or as is simile, and that is option E. Number 20. An expression containing words with contrasting meanings in close proximity is. An expression containing words with contrasting meanings in close proximity is A. Antithesis, B. Apostrophe, C. Litotes, D. Oxymoron, E. Paradox. When you place two words that are opposite in meaning beside each other, like sweet sorrow, open secret, it is called oxymoron. Option A. Antithesis is also related, but not the correct option. This is because antithesis does not involve words. It involves phrases or clauses with contrasting ideas in order to create balance. Here, since we are talking about words, contrasting words, the correct option is oxymoron. Number 21. The sea is dancing illustrates the use of. The sea is dancing illustrates the use of A. Chiasmus, B. Euphemism, C. Hyperbole, D. Metaphor, E. Personification. When the sea is said to be dancing, we have given the sea the quality and the ability of a person. Because it is a person that can actually dance, therefore, the sea has been personified. Hence, the correct option is option E, personification. Number 22. Which of the following is a figure of sound? Which of the following is a figure of sound? A. Antithesis, B. Consonance, C. Litotes, D. Lullaby, E. Oxymoron. The correct option is option B, consonance. It is a figure of sound. It has to do with sound. Consonance is a literary device that refers to the repetition of the same consonant sound in nearby words. Unlike alliteration, which has to do with the repetition of the same consonant sounds only at the beginning of words, consonants can occur at the beginning, middle, or end of words. The popular example of consonance is the last but not the least. The last but not the least. Take note of the sound of the letter T coming at the end of the words. That's an example of consonance. Option B. Number 23. A story that illustrates morality by using animal characters with human traits is a story that illustrates morality by using animal characters with human traits is A. Allegory, B. Caricature, C. Fable, D. Parable, E. Satire. The correct option is option C. Fable. A fable is a short story which teaches moral, typically with animal as characters. Allegory in option A could not be the right answer. An allegory is a broader narrative in which characters, events, and places have symbolic meanings. Number 24. Mr. Bayo is every woman's husband. Exemplifies the use of Mr. Bayo is every woman's husband. Exemplifies the use of A. Basis, B. Euphemism, C. Lituties, D. Metonymy, E. Paradox. Mr. Bayo is every woman's husband. This is a mild way of saying that Mr. Bayo sleeps with different women. The answer is B. Euphemism. Euphemism. To number 25. A poem which expresses grief over the death of a personality is A or an. A poem which expresses grief over the death of a personality is A or an. A. Ballad, B. Dirge, C. Elegy, D. Limerick, E. Ode. Two options actually stand out to be correct in this particular question. However, there is a little difference between them. The two options are dirge in option B and elegy in option C. While dirge is a mournful song performed as a memorial to a dead person, elegy is a spontaneous mournful lamentation of the death of someone. Elegy happens when someone dies, while dirge is sung as a memorial in remembrance of the person. Hence, the correct option is elegy, option C. Number 26. The whole town was present at the wedding ceremony is an example of the whole town was present at the wedding ceremony is an example of A. Hyperbole, B. Oxymoron, C. Paradox, D. Personification, E. Synecdoche. The whole town cannot possibly attend an event. It is an exaggeration. That is hyperbole. Option A. 27. A literary device which expresses meaning in its direct opposite is a literary device which expresses meaning in its direct opposite is A. Irony, B. Metaphor, C. Paradox, D. Parody, E. Pun. There should be no debate over this. The correct option is option A. Irony. Let's go to 28. The following are African writers, except the following are African writers, except A. Alex Aguirre, B. August Wilson, C. Buchi Emecheta, D. John Carbo, E. Wole Soyinka. Option A. Alex Aguirre is a Ghanaian writer. Option B. August Wilson is an American writer. Option C, Bushi Emesheta is a Nigerian. Option D, John Kagbo, he is a Sierra Leonean. And option E, Wole Soyinka is a Nigerian. Of course, the one that is not African is August Wilson. He is American. He wrote the play Fences. Number 29. Pick out the odd item from the following. Pick out the odd item from the following. A. Burlesque. B. Comedy. C. Farce. D. Satire. E. Tragedy. Burlesque is a work of art that mocks by imitation. It's simply a parody. Comedy is a humorous work of literature that evokes laughter. Farce is a style of humor marked by improbabilities with little regard for reality. It is simply an exaggerated comedy. Satire is a work of art that ridicules evil in the society with the element of humor. Tragedy. This is a work of art that evokes sadness, ruin, or death, and it ends sadly. Looking at all the options, all of them has to do with humor, comedy. It is only tragedy that is different, and that is the odd. Let's go to number 30, which is the last for this video. The device for dousing tension in a play is A. Comic relief. B. Flashback. C. Foreshadowing. D. Poetic justice. E. Suspense. When it comes to dousing tension, the play is already tensed. The audience are tensed up. When we want to relieve them of the tension, we apply comic relief. That is option A. Comic relief. It is an instance in which when a play is tensed, the writer introduces a particular scene that has to do with comedy in order to reduce the tension in the mind of the audience. So this is going to be all as far as this video is concerned. I believe this class has been impactful. Do well to subscribe to the channel. Drop a nice comment on this video. You are free to share this video and other videos on the channel. Thank you for being here. See you some another time. Have a nice one.